Hi there everyone, this is FatesFanboy speaking and welcome back to another episode of Inazuma 11 GO Strikers. Episode 23, if I do recall correctly, and man, oh man, has it again been way too long since I did an episode on this series. I think it's been well over 2 months by this point since I uploaded my last episode, which, was technically speaking the grand finale, but of course, as we all know, the story mode is technically not over yet. We have one more team to face, which is of course Inazuma Legend Japan. Now, that being said, I am not going to try and excuse my absence. I originally did not intend to be away for so long to install a hiatus such as this, but circumstances. Things happened, things came up. Some major improvements were made to my setup, actually, very important one. I will go into that quite briefly in a bit, but of course all of those, they don't excuse the fact that I've been away for this long. We have a lot more ground to cover in this game, and it's rather inexcusable that I just kinda disappeared with this series. But I think it'd be better if I just got back into the swing of things to, make it up instead of giving you pretty words. But yeah, like I said, I will briefly mention that I do have a much better setup right now. I have a proper PC, actually. One that handles this game much better, I hope. This is actually my first time trying it out on this PC, but I have full confidence that everything's going to be peachy keen. And besides that, I think something that will be much more noticeable is that I have a proper microphone now, one that is not just literally the internal microphone of my laptop. Hope you appreciate the improvements. I know it'll make it much easier for me to work with the content I record, but I hope that in the long run it will also prove just more comfortable to listen to. Now, another off-screen, I suppose, update. I have not entirely been away from this game, admittedly. I've actually done quite a bit of grinding in my time away, quote-unquote. As you may see, there's actually 3 characters on the screen right now who do have a co-op shot together, one that's been, kind of recurring, and those 3 are, of course, Beta, Alpha, and Gamma, peeking his head around the corner here. So yes, I suppose with that, I will just say that I've already, fulfilled one of the requests that was still pending, namely one by Skull Knight, who actually initially wanted a different player, but after seeing that we're so close to getting Omega Assault, or Omega Attack, as it's called in Japanese, he instead decided to switch to Gamma to allow us to actually pull off that move. Yes, there it is. This is Omega Attack. Now, there's 2 versions of this attack. There is the regular version, which is 40 TP, and then there is the armorified version, which is 50 TP, of course, to all participants in this move, so to Alpha, Beta, and Gamma. And for that, I also had to train up all these guys to their, max blue bar. So they have 3 blue bars, they have their spirits unlocked, they can armorify, though I guess armorifying doesn't really come into play in this game unless you pull off a move that allows you. But that is not all. We have another co-op move, actually, and I think I fulfilled this request at the end of last episode. It is Arian from the Sherwins. Now, I don't know if the person recommending Arian, I believe it was Crystal Chaos off the top of my head. I don't know if you realized, but this Tenma is actually considered to be one of, if not the best play in the game, mainly due to the spirits he gets access to, and by extension, the moves his spirits grant him. Besides that, of course, there is the matter of the co-op shot that he unlocks, which is one together with Faye, and I believe it is called Extreme Rabbit, but it doesn't look like I've installed it on him. I think I might have it on Faye instead. Yes, okay, so I do have it on Faye here. Extreme Rabbit, co-op shot, also armorified, 60 TP. Now, it doesn't coincide with Faye's internal element, unfortunately. It also doesn't really coincide with Arian's, but I suppose we'll still take it. It is still a co-op shot, and we're going to need all the power we can, because Inazuma Legend Japan obviously are no slouches. So yeah, we have that. We have basically everything unlocked on Faye as well as Arian. Faye has both of his mix and match versions. He has access to his spirits. He has full friendship with Arian, and well, the same goes for Alpha, Gamma, and Beta, so I think that is really all we need heading into this episode. I suppose one more quick touch, which you will most likely have picked up on, is that we have switched to the spring theme, because of course the meteorological spring has commenced a few weeks ago already, I think. It's kind of funny how, due to my negligence, we only really had like 1 or 2 episodes with the winter theme. But it is what it is. I like the sakura trees anyway. But yeah, I will give you guys a quick overview of the team, because I think I've made some slight adaptations. Yeah, as you can see, I've benched Nagumo and Suzuno for now. I have kept Aphrodite in because he's just nice as a kind of center forward. I have these 2, Arian and Faye, in the midfield as well as Gamma, so these 3 form kind of a triangle formation. I just thought it looked nice. I'm kind of an aesthetic Andy, so sorry if it's not entirely functional and some of you are, you know, bawling your eyes out at this moment, but, you know, it looks nice to me, and I bet it'll work just fine as well. And of course, we keep our solid defense with Yale, Goldie, Tobitaka, and Rusty, of course. And then we have Peabody on the goal. I think I'm quite content with having Peabody here, at least for this match, because yeah, like I said, these guys from Inazuma Legend Japan, they are not going to hold anything back, so I figure neither should we. Yeah, I can bring these two in a pinch. I don't think it'll be entirely necessary because we do have a lot of things to break through Mark's defense. Mark does, of course, primarily have Earth Keeper moves. We have God Knows. That's why Afrodi is here, mainly. Bata also has something that's Wind Element, yes. Her Spirit Shot, in fact, so that's going to be quite a potent one. One of the few keepers we actually have a considerable advantage against. Now, I think with that said, that should be everything that you have missed, or rather that I haven't updated you on in the last few months. But I hope to make up for that with a spectacular match today. Inazuma Legend Japan is going to be a blast to play against, it's going to be a blast from the past, as well as just a really hot match overall. So let's see what we can do. Let's head back to the Go map one last time. Alright, back one last time, as I said before. Now Mark is already waiting for us. We are just going to challenge him. Sakai Yaroze. One more time. Let's go. Alright, here we are. Now, I have already exhaustively told you about our team going into this match, so let's instead look at what Inazuma Legend Japan has to offer. Now here's the team. They don't have any substitutes, so this is what they're working with for the entire match. These guys, you know, pure classics. I think this is just... It's basically a compilation of all the original Raimon teams, but I think it's primarily supposed to be based around Inazuma National, because, you know, we have Stonewall here, we have Xavier here, and we have Sanford here. And I suppose Kane, though Kane was already there in the second season, of course. Now, of course, we have the OG, the main man, the GOAT, Mark on goal. And as you can see, these guys all have access to at least one A stat, I believe. So this is where the difficulty finally starts ramping up. Though I think, quite frankly, we should be fine. I think our team has been honed enough to be able to combat even this. Let's see, I think besides that, there's nothing to really note. So yeah, just sit back and enjoy this blast of the past. Let's go! Let the match begin. We are in the Football Frontier Stadium, I think, if memory serves. And this is proving to be a red-hot match. Now let's see if I remember how to play this game. It's been much too long. And already we have lost the ball. That is a great sign for things to come. Let's pass this over to Bata real quick. I'm going to adopt the same strategy I always do. Going along the sides and just playing it up to whoever's open. I could have possibly scored there, I think, but reaction time of a walnut, so that's not in the cards for us right now. There we go. Unfortunately, Nathan is very far up. Deep jungle. Right, this is a defense move, which can also block, and I think... I will finish my sentence in a second. First going to block Frost there. What I wanted to say is, I think the entire defense on their team has deep jungle. So all of them can block, which is a frightening prospect, but I'm sure with some maneuvering we can get around that just fine. Let's get Bata in there. This is going to be her Spirit Shot instead of Omega Attack. But that is quite alright. We're going to fire this up as much as we can. I think this is pretty much a guaranteed goal. Oh, God Hand V. There it is. But it wasn't enough to stop Bata. Let's go. Show him, Bata. Show him who's the better one here. But right, that's a 1-0 lead for us. Pretty early on in the game, that's a good thing. Now let's try to get Axel blocked in. This is fine. He's going to trigger Round Spark. But this at least depletes his TP meter, so that is still fortunate because now he's not going to get a shot off. Wait for that to run out. Good. Now Gamma actually does have a mega attack, I think, so I will start charging that, I was about to say. Let's instead get that away. Man, I'm already thoroughly enjoying myself. It is just magical how much I enjoy myself every time I come back to this game. Okay, come on. Alpha Beta, please? Oh, jeez, where was Alpha? I just had to let it rip. I couldn't do anything. This is not going through, I can guarantee you that, but where was Alpha? He was supposed to have been just a stone's throw away, but yeah, that's... Oh, he was literally there, but Okay, Frost, please stop. Ah, that's alright. A foul is better than allowing them to shoot. You don't really get any penalty. Okay, this is... Yes, Faye has Extreme Rabbit, so I want to pull that off just to show what it's like. If I can. Without, you know, depleting everything. Another foul. Great. Great. Doing good. Actively injuring a legendary team, but this is fine. Look at this breakaway. Holy shit. Arian, get your ass over here. Arian, please, Jack is right here. Yes, there we go. Okay. Armor Fight Extreme Rabbit. Let's see it. There it is. Both of them armor fight. This one's for you, Crystal. Come on, guys. Get it in there. Yosha! Nice. Excellent. 2-0. Thank you, Faye and Arian. This is what I meant when I was saying we were well prepared for this team. They are definitely a force to be reckoned with, but we have co-op shots on our side. Alright, Alpha. Kuremo! I knew it. Good. Pass that one. Get it over to Rusty. Rusty's going to make one hell of a sprint. And let's get it in there for someone. Aphrodite, apparently. Nice. That's actually not bad. If I can get God Knows off, alright. Nice. Oh yeah, it's God Break. I forget. It's been too long. Of course, God Break is also Wind Element. Chances of this going through? Not entirely sure, but I guess we'll see. Nice! Nice! Thank you, Aphrodite! Always reliable, isn't he? Jeez. This guy, he doesn't need anyone else to score. Doesn't even need a spirit. And he's going to retaliate with Fire Tornado. Surely we'll be able to just block this. Maybe not. Well, doesn't really matter. Peabody with Magic in the hand should be plenty to stop this. There we go. Thank you, Peabody. The God Slayer, the GOAT. He really is capable of a lot. Spinning up. I love these Protocol and Mega moves, man. I love the voiceover. It's so goofy, but it sounds really cool at the same time. Let's see, what can we do here? Not a lot. Get it up to Alpha, perhaps? It's kind of a tricky situation, but he also has a Mega attack, so maybe... if everyone will just fuck off, I wanted to say, but that's not going to happen. That's fine, as long as we get something off. I'd rather not waste the TP, because, you know, first half is almost over. Might as well take a few pot shots at Mark. Okay, well that was an unforeseen consequence. It's not really going to matter. Alright, that's fine. That's fine, all things considered. Get over here. Oh, that was a funny interaction, I guess. And an excellent interception, I would say, if we had the ball, but we didn't. But there we go, 3-0 lead in the first half. Nice. Just goes to show how really well composed our team is. Now, I haven't pulled off a mega attack yet, and I do actually kind of want to. So I think I'll retain this formation for the second half. Let's do that, why not? Let's write this out with the team we've got. And actually, now that we have a comfortable lead, I think I could talk about something else than just the match going on. Because in the time that has passed between the last episode and this one, a few things have happened. One very notable thing, I will wait to say that, because we're first putting off a mega attack. Here it is. Tremble and Fear. Ah, I love this move. It's great. Surely this is going to go through. 4-0? Maybe? Nice! You love to see that. Gamma actually has a use, because typically he's not the greatest. You know, his spirit is supposed to be a dribble spirit, but it just doesn't really give him a dribble move. It only allows him to armorify and pull off a shot. It's not very helpful. But coming back to what I was about to say, we've got one very notable piece of news, and that is the fact that, what is it called again? Victory Road? Yes, Inazuma 11 Victory Road is releasing worldwide. It is not staying inside of Japan, like some of us had feared. In fact, Mr. Hino, he presented some very, very promising imagery, actually, in the... what's it called again? Level 5 Vision? Yes, I did react to that. And wow, it was a sight to behold for, you know, a long-time Inazuma fan like myself. Just such a thrill to see that over 4,000 players are going to be returning. Like, how crazy is that? From all eras as well. So we're going to have players from, you know, the original arc facing off against players from Ares and Orion. Now, I'm not too big of a fan of those latter two, but, you know, they're still part of the series and they should be represented. And wow, that is... doesn't really help us. I guess we can just do this again. I guess we can't. But yeah, 4,000 players returning from all eras, it is ludicrous to think about. Like, I know hardly any series with so many characters, so many recognizable characters. And they're just all going to be available to us. Like, even players that weren't there in previous installments. Like, the players from the original game. Teams like Shuriken, Farm. That was so nice to see. Like, I actually just can't wait to bring back the keeper from Farm on my team. He used to be one of my favorite characters, but he never returned. He was only in, like, the first 3 games, if I had to guess. Can I do anything in this position? No. That's the answer. Let's stop Stonewall. What a revelation it was. And I'm sure I'm not the only one who is that excited about that announcement. Like, some teams that didn't even, you know, really have a prominent role in the game. I think the national teams of France and Spain were going to be represented, you know, from the third game, from the international arc. So that, for one, is very heartening, you know, that they're also going to bring back more obscure players. Because as nice as all these well-known characters are, you know, sometimes it's really the obscure players that capture people's hearts. So it's nice that they're not being shoved aside in favor of some recognizable faces, you know? I was going to say, is Axel not going to have a voice crowd? But he does. Okay. But yeah, Victory Road, it is very promising. Online compatibility, 4,000 players returning. It's just impressive how much love and thought has gone into that game. From the look of it, at least. And it's honestly just a great feeling to know that Inazuma 11, you know, is not dead. I think after Galaxy didn't release in Europe, most of us were like, okay, this is probably the end for Inazuma. But they've rekindled all that passion, just bottled up inside, and that's the 5-0, by the way. I no clue why he went for Hammer of Fury, but I think it's quite fitting that I talk about this during the match with Inazuma Legend Japan as well. Because, you know, these guys are supposed to be a callback, of course, to the teams that started the whole thing, that started the whole franchise. Because they're bringing back characters, you know, the most well-known characters. Mark, Jack, Nathan, Kane and Stonewall to an extent. So yeah, it's fitting that I talk about this now, I think. Oh, he stopped it this time. Nice. But yeah, that is, you know, kind of my 2 cents on the game. Of course, we don't have confirmation on much yet, but I think what we do have is... it's quite pivotal, actually. Not gonna lie. Oh, you're going to chain? Good thing Hawkins is right there. Go, Hawkins. There we go. Very nice. Yeah, we also already have confirmation that Hawkins is going to be returning. And, well, of course, Rusty's going to come back, because, you know, teams from all the games. And I think Rusty was actually on the promotional art. I kind of zoomed in on most of the silhouettes, and I believe Rusty was there. So that was a nice surprise for me, not gonna lie. The legendary combo is going to return, therefore, Hawkins, Rusty, the goats of this team, and that was... could have done that better, I feel. But then again, we're already so much ahead that it doesn't really matter at this point. Let's see... can we do anything? I suppose not. I suppose we'll just write this one out. It's just a Meteor Blade, we'll be fine. We still have Peabody, he can still muster a Tamashiza Hando. Do I need to switch, you think? It's the last 5 minutes, but... I think I will, actually. Just to be safe, I'll just kick the ball out of the field. Let's quickly get Feld in there for some action. Don't think he'll have to do too much, realistically. I don't know that we've had a Mega Attack. Let's get these 2 in here. But I do want to retain Bata if I can. Bata's probably my favorite of the Protocol Mega captains. I'd want to say Gamma, but, you know, just in terms of usability, she is so much more... I want to say viable? Because she actually just gets a dribble move, as opposed to Gamma, who only has shots. Alright. Oh, that was an excellent maneuver, I would say, if I didn't literally just get blocked. Damn, that one's kind of rough. But, do I let him pull this off? Ah, why not? For a laugh. Let's see. It's Final Death Zone, right? Yeah. What a move. I love the moves in this game, or in this team rather. Because I think that move is exclusive to this team. Oh, they actually break through! Damn, how's that for a turnaround at the final stretch? Oh well, that's fine. I wanted to see the move, I brought this upon myself, really. But it's not really consequential. We've won anyway, 5-1. That's a score I will happily take. I will happily walk away from this game with. Let's do that. Let's, I don't know, see if we can pull off a Chaos Break. Nah. That's it. 5-1 against Inazuma Legend Japan. Beautiful. And now we are also finally relieved of this commentator. Jesus Christ, this guy never shuts up. And with that done, I think that's just the entire story mode done and dusted. Yeah, we don't get a credit sequence or anything, so that is literally the end of the story mode run. We made it through, we beat all the teams in one go, and honestly we had a great time doing so. I loved making this team together with you, so I suppose if that counts for anything, this was a successful run. Right, there we are, back once more. Now, like I said, this was definitively the end of the story mode, but this game is not nearly finished. There's still a lot of content. Primarily, there's this. The tournament series. It's basically like an exhibition mode, but the catch is that you have to face 3 teams consecutively without switching teams. Yeah, you don't really get the chance to switch out players or anything. And at the end of it, I believe you get a hefty amount of friendship points, and you also get a few manuals, which is the main reason to play this mode, in my opinion. This is one thing we can do because we have unlocked all the teams now, so we have by extension unlocked all the tournaments. I think you get a cup also as well. I think they go on this shelf, like all the cups go on here, and then when you have all of them, that's just, it just looks nice. But yeah, that is one of the options we can do. There is, however, also a second option, though I am not entirely sure where it is, so you'll have to excuse me for a second while I go find it. Is this it? Oh, this is it. Yeah, there you go. Okay, found it. It is in the training center for some reason, but these are exhibition matches. Now, as you can see, these are just all the teams in the game, all the teams we've faced so far. And what you can do here is you can basically, play against the teams again. No catch, just a no-frills battle against these teams. I think you can choose the difficulty, and if you win against them on the highest difficulty with a 5-0 lead, at least, it can also be higher. You need to keep a clean record. That's, I think, the most important thing. And you need to have at least a 5-point difference. Then you get like a platinum medal, I think. There's of course bronze, silver, gold, but platinum is, the ultimate goal. That's kind of also where my 5-0 goals have sprouted from during this story mode run. So yeah, that is also something we can do. It would basically be, revisiting all the teams, but just at a higher difficulty. This would not at all be like the story mode run, because the story mode, it's meant to accommodate, I think, just people of all skill levels. But this, you can actually choose your own difficulty. You can literally play against a 3-star Raimon, and I think they'll basically be as strong as Inazuma Legend Japan. In the story mode, that is. Of course, the difficulty skills as you go on. But yeah, that is the second option. So we can do this. I will be hunting for Platinum. Not entirely sure how I'll do this yet, because it'll most likely have an identical format to the story mode, except I'll be choosing the team. But given enough time, I'm sure I can think up something nice, something interesting, to keep things engaging, shall we say. But yeah, those are basically the 2 options. Now, the way I'm going to decide what we're going to do next is I'm going to be hosting a poll in my community tab at the same time of this video's release. The poll will be going up. I'll just be listing the 2 options. We'll be either doing championship mode or we'll be doing the exhibition mode. I don't believe I can link polls in my video cards or anything, so please check out my community tab on my channel. The poll will be there, and just, leave your choice. I'll come back to it after a few days, maybe a week, see what everyone's chosen, and based on that, we're going to continue this series in the way most of you will have wanted to. Now, important notice for the continuation of this series, whichever way it may go, I will still be taking character requests. I think it's important to keep this engagement going. I think it's important to keep the team fresh, keep it interesting. So for the time being, please keep those character recommendations going. I'll still be incorporating them, and actually speaking of, I think we should do one more right now. So I'll just quickly see if we have any more pending requests. I don't entirely know. Give me a minute here. Oh, of course! Wait, how could I forget about this one? Oh, I am so sorry. This was so long ago and this comment isn't even really relevant anymore. Vinny the Trash, I'm so sorry, my guy. This was still in relation to the World Cup, which is by now months ago. But he requested we pick up one of 2 Brazilian players in this game. Those being Lagarto and Robinho, or Roniejo, as he's known in the Japanese version, I think, in honor of his team being eliminated quite tragically in the World Cup. Again, not entirely relevant anymore, but man, I'm still so sorry for not getting to this request soon enough. Well, he's giving me the choice. If I think it would be nice to get a new defender, we should get Lagarto. Now, I do like Lagarto because, purely for the reason that he has kind of his signature move in Rolling Slide. I think he's the only one to actually get this move in this game. But on the flip side, I really do like Roniejo. I really liked his kind of character arc, and just as a player, he's really good. He gets access to, of course, his signature Samba Strike, and he gets access to a dribble move in Super Elastico, both of which are going to be very helpful. So yeah, if I get the choice, I think I'll just have to go for Roniejo, really. Sorry if this was not the character you were most looking forward to recruiting, Vinny, but I do thank you for your request, and I hope this will soothe the pain of your loss a bit, if there's still any. But yeah, anyway, thank you. I'll happily be using this guy on the team from now on. With that said, I think that's really all we can do in this episode, isn't it? So yeah, let's see if we can find someone to spin around. Alright, so that's been episode 23. Now again, around the time of this video going up, there will be a poll, so leave your choice there. It is essential that you do, because based on that, I will be deciding how we move forward in this series. We'll either be doing the exhibition matches or the tournament mode. Both of them will have their separate formats, but you will find out once the decision has been made. Also, as per usual, the request to leave any character requests in the comments. Your engagement keeps the series going, keeps the series fresh and interesting, so I do hope you'll be willing to stick around with me for a while longer. And with that, I've made all the appeals I can. I've basically said everything I could, so if you came up to this point, thank you very much. I hope to see you for the next episode, whatever it may bring, and yeah, just overall, thanks again. Goodbye.